What up? This is Carly.
Wake and steak,
My
baby.
partner Matty E. Week 17. Damn, it's over. Huh? Football's over, guys.
What happened, man? What
No,
happened?
now's when it gets good. It ain't
Week
over.
17
All right, guys. So yeah, week 17. Disclosure.
flies by, man.
It's a very hard week to bet on. A lot of teams got to win to get in, but not really. We kind of broke it down. Let them know who really has to win to get in.
So there's really only two teams that control their destiny, being one in the NFC, one in the AFC, which is the Titans in the AFC, and the Eagles. The Eagles win and they're in. The Titans beat
Win,
Houston and they're in, and that's it. All the other teams,
Stuff could get shifted
yeah,
around.
all of
a
the
lot,
Cowboys,
you know?
the Raiders, et cetera, all depend on a lot of crazy things happening for them to actually make it in the playoffs. So, with that being said, you have to be weary in Week 17, right? It's considered one of the hardest, if not the hardest week to gamble in sports alone, but especially NFL. You have a lot of teams that are sitting players, maybe starting players, playing them for a quarter, so you got to watch what you're doing.
Like, perfect example, we're going to go first game, Titans versus Texans, right? For instance, Texans, they're locked in, but they could move up a couple seeds if Kansas City loses, right? So Kansas City's playing at 1 o'clock. So basically, the only way the Texans are going to play hard is if Kansas City loses. But then again, Kansas City is playing a game that they're not going to lose.
They're not going to lose, but that game also could be, they say rumors that Phillip Rivers could be playing his last game, and maybe Phillip wants to go ball out and just end it all. But at the same time, they still have something to play for. So
all right.
Anyways,
Yeah, so first game,
let's talk about
Titans,
that first
Texans.
game.
Yeah, like we said, Titans are the only must-win team in the AFC. They're playing for everything. The spread's moving a lot. I think it's at -5.5 Titans now, which is pretty crazy, man.
Yeah, this is crazy line movement week 17.
Yeah, it went from
different-
+1 Titans -5.5, bro. That's pretty crazy.
That's crazy.
I think Texans have value there. We're not touching that game. No toca.
No
but
toca.
Yeah, all right.
We don't know. We'll see though. That's a good one though. Grab the popcorn.
Yeah, grab the
nonetheless.
popcorn, guys. Next game, what do we got?
Tell them, man. So the next game, we're gonna go with the Browns at the Bengals. So after debating back and forth and saying, trying to figure out who we like for our parlay, our teasers, our individual plays of the week, you know what? The Bengals at home, right? They've been garbage all year, but so have the Browns that we faded, that would definitely not win 10 wins, right? And look at they're struggling at 6 and 9. They're a joke.
That was a lock.
They're what, the only team in the decade, or to go look the entire decade
with losing records,
record, the losing season. What a joke.
Yeah, it is a joke.
Nonetheless, you got Bengals. You got what could be our boy, the Red Rockets, Andy Dalton's last game in a Bengals uniform. And like they say, he's gonna get up for this game. So you know what? We like him. And we're gonna put him into a parlay, and we'll tell you about him at the end.
All right. So next game we got the Bears versus the Vikings, guys.
Yep.
So yeah, another crazy line movement there.
Yeah.
Opened up -7 Vikings. Now it's -1. So yeah, Vikings, right?
6-point line movement. You don't see that.
They're in. They got nothing to play for. But what do the Bears have to play for, dude?
Just some pride to try to get to 8-8.
The Vikings want to go in with momentum, I think.
Right,
After
that's
getting
what we think.
embarrassed last week.
Yeah, they got mopped last week, so they want to go in. They're at home.
Yep.
I don't know. You probably aren't going to see many of the starters, but you are going to see, I think, still a very good team at home, trying to come away with a win, and for that reason, we like them.
Yep.
So we'll tell you why we like them and how we like them at the end.
We got Colts, Jaguars.
It ain't worth it, man. Save your money.
Yeah,
Save your money.
Why are you even gonna touch that?
Yeah, next.
Next game, Falcons, Bucks.
It's week 17, baby. We're going to ride or die with our Falcons.
Riding it down with the Falcons.
That's it.
Guys.
Falcons money line. We'll tell you about it at the
They've
end.
been playing good. I think they've won what?
And DQ.
5 out of 6.
DQ got his job today.
Yep, he did.
DQ kept his job, and so did the VP.
We like the Falcons, guys.
So you know what? He's got a lot to prove. He wants to come into that to next year. At least saying that he made a push at the end of the year and show that he's worth it.
And they have been.
He's good, man. I like DQ.
They've
good.
salvaged a little bit of what their horrible season's been. So yeah, give it up to them. Next game we got Redskins versus the Cowboys, guys.
So
This line,
yeah.
it went from -7.5 to -11 Cowboys. So yeah, tell them, Matt. I mean,
Yeah,
what do
I
we
mean,
think here?
so it's. I mean, I don't even have to really say it how obvious it is that the Cowboys have to win and they have to pray for a Philly loss to the Giants, right? And if that happens, them boys make the playoffs. But I mean, look, I think that they win here. They probably win handily, but whatever. I think it's season over for them. To be
I got a
honest
cool
with
little
you.
fact here that goes back, guys, almost 20 years. So we're gonna go teams that are 7-8, going back to year 2000, that are home favorites. 70%. I mean, teams that are 7-8, Cowboys. Back to year 2000, they're at home. Yeah, dude. I mean, 70% bet.
Yeah,
you
look,
do what you want.
we like them. So we're gonna toss them into one of our plays. We'll tell you how at the end.
At 11, nobody will touch the Cowboys, bro. We know that. So I mean,
Yeah,
you guys
it's
do
too
what
much
you want
because
to
you
do.
know what?
Yep. So next game,
Redskins
next
could cover
game,
that.
next game. What do we got?
All right, so this is
Ooh.
this is a juicy one. I think the Saints have seeding to play for, right? So
Saints.
I mean, look,
Super Bowl.
there's a lot of there's a tight race in the NFC amongst the 49ers, the Saints,
Yep.
the Seahawks,
Seahawks,
whatever,
all
anybody,
that mix.
all of them. So they still have to win, and I think the Saints are going to destroy the Panthers, who, as they say, are in probably the dirtiest tailspin of the entire NFL right now. And I think that spread's climbed from what? It's gone all the way up to -13.
It started at 11. It's at 13.
Yeah, so as long as it stays under that 2 touchdown mark, I like the Saints to completely blow them out and make a statement going to the playoffs. And you know what? Carly said it earlier. I mean, I think
I like the man.
they
got screwed last
they
year,
can
guys.
go all the way. They got a chip on their
And
shoulder.
They're looking really good right now.
looking
Really
real
good.
solid.
Yeah. So next game we got Eagles versus Giants, what we
Yeah.
discussed earlier.
We touched on that.
Eagles win, they're in, but not too fast, guys. They're playing the Giants, right? Last time they played the Giants, if you guys recall, I think it was a Monday night game not too long ago when Eli started.
Eli was balling.
Bro, the Eagles crept by them in overtime. I mean, Giants had that game,
Yeah.
so I don't feel too confident.
And what did Daniel
on
Jones
the
do last
Eagles.
week? He threw 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, bro, for like
And
400
Saquon
something
ran
like that.
for $140 or something. I mean, so look, this game, was it 4.5 the spread?
It went from 5 to 4. It's reversed.
Right,
you
so
know?
it's reversed. So
Yeah.
there's some love
Vegas,
taking.
Vegas wants that Eagle money. They're
Vegas
not
wants it.
scared.
Yeah, they want the Eagle money. I think the Giants, the Giants are going to keep it close, and the Eagles should prevail because there's just way too much riding.
Yep.
On this. They came back after a lackluster season, and they obviously want to make the playoffs. They don't want to go out like that. So
Yep, I agree.
we're going to take the Eagles.
Next game. This is the one I love,
Yeah, we
guys.
really like this one.
And
This
I haven't
is-
touched these people all year. So we're going to go Steelers versus the Ravens.
This is good, man. This
was
is a blast from the past. This is RG3.
Yep, we're getting
RG3
RG3
is starting the game. He's back. Yes, every time we've seen him come in this year, he's thrown a pick. But he's athletic. He makes plays. And you know what? The Steelers have no Connor, have no Rudolph, who's an IR.
Pouncey's out
No
too.
Pouncey. They're playing.
Yeah.
They're playing Duck. Duck is a
Duck,
starting QB
Goose.
who's really just proven to be pretty much.
And how how
Garbagey.
confident could he be? He was starting last week. They pulled him out for Rudolph. Then Rudolph gets hurt.
IR.
They put him back
Put
in.
him,
Like, I mean,
yeah,
dude.
it's a mess. So all of that, and then the spread's it's only at 2.5 right now.
Yeah, you're gonna get Ravens +2, guys. I mean,
+2. So you know what? We love that. That's plus money.
Yep.
That's plus money in a parlay, which is what we're gonna take. Now, remember, you are not, you're not getting Ingram and you're not getting Lamar. Like it's not happening.
We're,
But
gonna,
you know what?
we're still getting the Ravens D
but
at
they're
home.
they're a deep team. I still think they just win.
Yeah, they're gonna win that game,
They're
guys.
gonna win that game.
Next game, we got the Jets versus the Bills.
Tell them.
So that spread opened up -4.5 Bills. Now it's -1.5. Same scenario, guys. Bills really have nothing to play for. Win or lose, no matter what happens, they're staying in the seed they're in. The only thing I really noticed was, so Bills defense is number 4 in the NFL. Jets are number 5. Pretty crazy, right? And Jets
Take a
have
look
won,
at that under there.
Jets have won five out of their last 7. I don't know. We're not touching this game, but the Jets might be worth a little dart, guys. You know, I mean, they're playing for pride. Bills have nothing to play for. Why are they going to risk anything?
And the Jets are on, on the rise. They've got
won 5 out of their last 7.
5 out of the last 7. They got a good defense.
Yep.
They got a good young QB.
Yep.
Look, they've got talent, man. They've got a good wide receiver core. Obviously, they got Le'Veon, whatever. So, I would definitely pay attention to that game. It might just be one to get the popcorn, even if I don't know if people get popcorn for AFC East matchups, but just saying.
So next game we got the Miami Dolphins versus the mighty Patriots.
Yeah. So the Patriots are playing for seeding. They've got the Kansas City Chiefs on their tail, right? So they got to win. And I know
that's why that spread's -16. Bro.
Yeah. The Pats always play the Dolphins well and vice versa. At least once a year, right?
Last year was the miracle. Last game of the year, remember?
Right. So I wouldn't expect that to happen this year. I think the Patriots do, handily beat the Dolphins. That 16 points is a lot, right?
It's a lot.
They covered that and then some early in the season.
Yeah, no, they will. I mean, they're 12-3.
They
against
could,
the spread, guys.
but whatever. We like the Patriots, but I'm not really going to touch this one from a spread perspective. So let's go to the next one.
Packers versus the Lions. This game was good maybe like 7 years ago.
Yeah, the Lions are also in the same boat as the Carolina Panthers, just garbage. You got this 7th-string quarterback. Whatever, man. It's just
they're boring.
Blah.
So yeah, Packers -12.5 spread.
Yeah, we like this game though, but we're gonna tease it down.
Yeah, we're gonna tease it down. And yeah, so we'll on
Tell
to
you
the next
about
one.
that.
Chargers versus the Chiefs. Like we were saying earlier, might be Phillips' last game.
Could be Phillips' last game. I don't know if he really hangs it up this year. It's a pretty shitty way to go out. I mean, guy hasn't really done much, But whatever. Let's not even talk about Phillip Rivers retiring. Let's just talk about the Chiefs, right? The Chiefs are going to win this game.
Yep.
Again, vying for a top seed because if the Patriots fall somehow to the Dolphins, they end up with that bye in the 2nd spot. Behind the Ravens. So
and they'll get the bye, and
Yep.
But yeah, we're gonna throw them probably in a teaser. I don't see the Chiefs losing to the Chargers, dude. I mean,
it'll be a competitive game, but
it's sad to say, but they're like the sneaky team this year, just because Lamar's taking all the hype. But yeah, the Chiefs are still good, guys.
And it's in Arrowhead too.
They're 11-4, and Mahomes missed 2 games, dude. I mean,
don't forget too, check the weather in Arrowhead.
Next game, Cardinals Rams. So yeah, this game's kind of off the board.
Yeah,
they don't know if Kyler Murray's gonna play.
They've also won 2 or 3 in a row. 2 in a row.
Yeah, Cardinals. Yeah.
The Rams are out of the playoff hunt, out of the picture completely. Divisional game. I think that they could play them tough. I think this could be decided by a field goal or less. But again, we don't really want to touch this one. We don't recommend that.
You don't want to touch that.
We don't recommend that. And then, so the next one, man.
The next one. So, yeah, this game's crazy, too.
It's probably the game of the week.
This is how tight the NFC is. So, it's going to be 49ers at Seattle. So, I already know Seattle got beast mode back, right? They got no running backs.
Yep.
I mean, they look like they don't have anybody. But check this out. So, if the 49ers win, they'll get the number 1 seed. If they lose, they get the wild card. How crazy is that?
Yep.
That's how tight that NFC is. And Seattle's on the same boat. They don't get the 1 seed, but if Seattle wins, they win their division, so they get like the 4 seed or something. And if they lose, they get the wild card.
Yep.
So I think a lot more to play for is the 49ers, definitely in this situation. But it's in Seattle and off of a bounce back, like you said,
Yeah, a bounce back. They got a lot to play for. They also want to go with momentum in.
Yeah.
They are playing for that seed. And also, another thing to think about, which rarely happens, in Seattle, you have a road favorite.
Yeah, you're right.
That's something that, I don't know. Look, I mean, a lot of people like the...
And being a road dog at Seattle, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, no, road favorite at Seattle. Yeah, but I'm saying, like, they, everyone's, I'm sure the money's coming in hot on the Niners. But because the Seahawks have just looked like garbage the past couple of weeks. They don't look like the team that started, 10-2, or, they look like maybe they belong, in that
I mean, the whole year they've been winning games right at the
Yeah, they've been
end,
by the skin of
but,
their tail. But still, I still think they're going to get a boost from beast mode, and I still think that they're going to have some momentum with that home crowd, and they could come out victorious.
We'll see. Next game, last but not least, we got the Raiders versus the Broncos.
Tell them, man.
So yeah, guys, I think the Raiders have a lot to play for. Not playoff wise, just pride wise. They're going to a new stadium next year. I don't know. I just think
New city.
this
After Derek Carr got
year
booed
was
off
a
the field.
There was a disappointment for them, and I don't know, man. I think they're gonna go out guns blazing against the Broncos at home, and we like the Raiders plus the points, man.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Why not? I mean, look, John Gruden would love to at least salvage the season after that disgusting loss to, who was it, the Jaguars, right?
Yeah.
Where right now they would be.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
They got screwed.
Right now they'd be.
And they could actually still make the playoff, guys.
Right now they'd be 8-7, with a much better shot to get into the playoffs. Now again, they still have a crazy convoluted way of making it in. The Titans losing, Pittsburgh losing. Blah blah blah. I think 2 other things have to happen, and then they win. Now, winning in Mile High is going to be difficult, but they got a shot, even with Josh Jacobs, questionable for Sunday's start. But so that's that. You heard it here. Let's run through the plays.
Let's run through the
Tell 'em,
plays.
man. Tell 'em.
All right. So I'll start with the teaser. It's going to be a 3-teamer, 10 points. So we're going to get the Chiefs -9 against the Chargers. Get them the +1. Then we're going to go Cowboys -11 against the Redskins. Get them -1. Then we're going to go Packers -12.5 against the Lions. Get them -2.5. So tell them about that juicy parlay.
All right. So this juicy parlay, this is, I think this one's got a real shot. The plus, it's 3+ money teams, and the money isn't,
it's not even crazy.
plus 400, around the, across the board. This is what it is, right? We got the Ravens money line at at +105. You got the Falcons to beat Tampa Bay. It's gonna be a shootout, but it's a pick 'em at +105. And you've got the Raiders money line, which is this is the toughest one, at Mile High at +155. Because it's 3+ monies, you're looking at a +900. That's big money.
Yeah, I mean,
You know what? End the season with a bang.
Why not?
Throw a
$100
buck
wins you
on it.
$900.
Throw a buck on it.
and then if we happen to get to the Raiders, you could hedge because the Raiders is not
Exactly.
like, dude. I mean,
Exactly.
think about it. Like, why not? $100 for $900. Ravens money line.
I like it.
Falcons money line.
We like it. We like it.
Raiders money line. I mean,
And then so our individual plays, again, like we don't see the Bears beating the Vikings at home, even with
anybody. I don't think so.
some replacement killers in. And then tell them, what's the last one?
we like the Bengals, bro. Dalton ain't going out like that.
Dalton's gonna go. The Red Rocket's gonna come roaring out.
He's gonna
He's gonna win. It's his
walking
last
off the
game.
sunset, dude. Like, why not?
Dalton,
Why not?
Dalton is. We already said it. Dalton's gonna be like Tannehill. Dalton's gonna go somewhere and get a cushy backup / come in and make a playoff run type of move with some good team somewhere.
100%.
Because he's a good back. He's
good.
just
Last week he lit it up against. They lost, but they almost beat the Dolphins. They came back and almost beat us,
Yeah.
which was incredible.
So
Tell him that big play, Matt.
So that big play. Nah, you tell him the big. All right, fine. I'll tell him the big play. So the big play is the Saints at Carolina -13. Just take them.
Yeah.
Mop City.
They're gonna kill 'em.
They also are playing for a seed. That NFC is tough, right? I mean, you said it. You could win and get the 1 seed, or end up in the wild card. With you don't know. So let's just see what happens. But we like that, man. So, those are the plays.
Put them plays in.
Get them in now, because you know what? This week is notorious for line movement, and things are jumping all around. So that's that. You heard it here. Week 17.
Have a happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Merry
Good luck,
Christmas.
guys.
Happy Hanukkah.
And we out.